I remind you, she usually wins, Councilmember Diana Reyna.
Yeah! No pressure, no pressure. We want to thank Public Advocate Bill de Blasio. He has not forgotten the days fighting in City Hall as a council member for the children, the most vulnerable. We cannot continue to ask our families to do more, to work longer hours, and not provide them the care for their children. A loss of a daycare slot is a loss of a job. Let's make no mistake. This administration does not believe in local economy when it starts cutting childcare. This administration does not believe in continuing education when it continues to cut the very essential service to going back to school for a parent. This is the same administration that will remove the opportunity for families to fight the war on poverty and get them back to welfare. That is what this administration is doing to families in the city of New York. We cannot stand for it, and we will not stand for it. I want to thank the daycare centers for coming out with these kids. These are the faces we're fighting for every day. And when we have funds and reserves that we wait for while children have less opportunity, we will see 30 years from now what that effect will do to our city. We cannot continue to rezone and gentrify communities and not think of the people we're leaving behind without housing, without daycare, without jobs. God bless you. Thank you, Bill de Blasio.
Yay! Councilmember Jamani Williams.
Thank you, Public Advocate, for your leadership on this issue. The most critical time that we know of in someone's life is between 1 and 5 years old. This is critical, and this is what the daycare provides. Education during those times. We can't cut these services, and I'm tired of our budget being cut on the backs of poorer people and people with more melanin in their skin. And I know that the mayor is probably cutting this because he's never had to use these services. So he doesn't know how much it's needed. We have to remind him that not everybody is a billionaire. Not everybody has the ability to do what he does. These services are critical. What I want everyone to start pushing is the mantra of fair share. If you're poorer, if you have more melanin in your skin, more likely your service will be cut. If you're richer and you don't, more likely it won't. So if you're in Wall Street or you're a banker or you have money, you get your corporate welfare. What we want to do is push fair share. Everybody should pay their fair share in taxes and their fair share in all the money so we don't have to cut these services. We don't need a trust fund with over $1 billion in it for a rainy day. I think a rainy day is now. It's pouring now. We have the money to save these services, and let's do it, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember. Now, Councilmember James Sanders Jr.
Thank you, our public advocate. I do want to say that as a former daycare worker, I understand what brings us here. I understand that the people in back of me are investing their lives in these children. Mr. Mayor, we're just asking that you invest a few dollars. They're putting their lives into it. I understand that our city is owed more than $62 million in child care funding from the state. My friends in Albany, if there ever was a time to get your act together, that time is now. At least get it together enough to give us the $62 million. My friends, we need to take a stand for the future, and that stand is now. Let us invest in the future. Invest in the children. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we're going to hear from some of the leaders in child care, but first I think we need to hear from the children. Let me ask this question of the children. Children, should we save child care centers? Yes! I can't hear you. Should we save child care centers? Yes! All right, our future has spoken to us. I hope we're listening. Now I want to note that the National Organization for Women is getting involved in this issue. Their leader could not be here today, but they are making the point that if we are going to be a society of equity and we are going to treat women with respect, we cannot cut child care centers. That means simply women will not be able to play the role in the economy that they seek to play, and families will have choices that are unfair to make.